Check, check, check. What's going on? I am the coach, Brian Wilson, or Coach Brian, you can call me. And this is the World Junior Online number 12. Hope you like our new Wild Wild West theme. Gonna try to drop a theme every week, a different theme for the stream. Right now we're watching the champ Super Chester versus the newcomer Albert L 2020. And right now the champ is actually losing in this game. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on all streams. Implodian Chess Facebook, Implodian Chess YouTube, and the Implodian channel on Twitch. As we're watching our champs, three-time champion Super Chester versus Albert L 2020. And right now the champ is struggling here. She's down 2 pawns. Let's see how this happened. She's playing this. Oh, she just castled here and gave up the pawn there. But wait a minute. After, oh, maybe she thought, but actually this knight is kind of stuck here. But I guess she thought she can go queen to b3 and maybe steal the knight, or maybe get the pawn back here on b7. She goes queen to e2 and he trades here. Now it's just clearly up a pawn here. And what she's trying to do is open the position, because the one thing that she has an advantage in is the king. Black's king is still in the center and white is fully developed. She plays knight to c5. I think that's a good move. And then maybe like rook f to d1. I would have played rook f to d1 because this rook is currently protecting the c5 pawn. See, now queen e7 attacks the c5 pawn and she has to spin a tempo to defend that. And instead of defending it, she plays rook e1. All right, and after queen takes e5, she just blunders, and she's just giving up these pawns here. And is she going for the draw? She should have probably went for the draw instead. So like queen to d3 check, and she probably can get the draw in this position. But instead she goes for the pawns, and trading pawns is not good for Super Chester. And this just looks like a losing game for Super Chester here. And right now there is not only Super Chester is down almost half the time of Albert L 2020. This is our champ here. And she is down currently 2 pawns, and these pawns are 3 pass pawns and completely winning here. Let's go to another game. SME8N right now is leading this tournament, and then tied with Crooked 7890, who just got his second win. Let's pull up, let's pull up Strange Bolt versus Leon 1357. This is interesting. Strange Bolt, oh, Leon 1357 is winning, has an exchange, and 2 pawns. And one of the pawns that Leon has is this pass pawn here. And interesting thing about this matchup, Strange Bolt versus Leon 1357, they have played 13 times. And Leon leads that series 10 wins, and Strange Bolt had 3 wins out of the 13. So they have a big history with each other, playing in the Michigan Junior Arena League. As you see, Strange Bolt is trying to hold on, playing bishop to b4, attacking this rook on a5, trying to figure out a way to equalize the game with this exchange down. And he's doing the best job he can, putting the bishop on b4, anchored by the pawn on a3, maybe rook to, as you see, Leon offers a trade. Definitely shouldn't trade here. Don't want to trade when you're down in material unless you can see a pathway to some type of draw. He plays rook e3. We're gonna see the move c5. He doesn't play c5. So now you gotta watch it, because then you got a rook e7. He missed rook e7 check, kind of moved a little too fast there. Rook e7 check would have gave a lot of checking distance on the back rank. There's a weak a6 pawn right here that he could have attacked on a7, maybe even going to h6 and attacking the pawn there. So rook e7 would have been a better way to check there. Strange Bolt is giving it a pretty good effort. Let's see how this started. This was a French defense, and White traded quite a bit of pieces here, but I like how White has developed the pieces, but I like how Black developed the pieces. Black's bad bishop is gone, so Black is at least equal in this position. So the opening wasn't that significant. Queen e2, I like this. White wants to play e5, maybe bringing our rooks to the center of the board and control the center here. f6 was played here, another pretty decent move here after bishop e3. Then it's a fork here, and that was a big mistake here. I'm going to suspect that Strange Bolt moved very fast without thinking about what the next move could be. and he loses a piece. This is how he loses the piece. But how did he get the exchange, though? Because white does have, even though he's down a piece, he does have these really strong pawns in the center of the board. And, there it goes. So that was how white lost the piece, because of the fantastic check move by Strange Bolt, and he wins the bishop. But then loses his queen here. And still, I'm wondering, how did he now get the queen back? Oh, there it goes. And Leon 1357 doesn't pay attention and gives the queen back there. And then this is how we get to the exchange up moment, where black is winning in this game. Not as easy as you might think. Black should just march this pass pawn up the board and put pressure on white by queening the pawn, or a threat of queening the pawn. That should be it. But looks like Leon is still trying to figure that out. He's shuffling his king back and forth, where he could have just played c5 and to start marching his pass pawn up. As we see, bishop to c3 check. Maybe we'll see the move king f5, bringing the king closer to white side of the board. There's also a pass h pawn too that can be played. So black has two pass pawns, two extra pawns, and they're both pretty strong. And anytime you have a pass pawn, you want your rook behind the pass pawn, preferably. And that's where black has that rook. There's again rook to f3. Strange Bolt just wants to hopefully repeat the position 3 times so he can claim a draw. Leon has finally found the strategy. I think he's going to use his king, put his king behind the rook to avoid all the third rank checks. And then if rook to h3 attacking h6, maybe his plan is to play rook to d6. As you see, another rook f3, maybe activating the rook on f7, maybe going to f6. So there's rook f7 there. Uh-oh. That's going to be dangerous here, because you have bishop a5. Oh, instead he plays bishop to e5. And he has to go king to d8 in order to keep the defense of the d7 rook. And then if bishop to f6, then he's going to have king to e8. He should be fine. But this is not great technique for Leon 1357. Especially when he has these two pass pawns, as he thinks on where he should go. This is a 4-round tournament for the World Junior Online. All of our participants are kids, K to 12. And this tournament has been won 3 times by Super Chester, Susriya Mishra, the champ. But she's struggling today. Actually, let's check back in. Is her game over? Let's see. Is her game over? She is still playing. Only thing she can hope for here is a draw in this position. Nothing more. It just doesn't look good here. Albert Lee, there's no checks on Black's king. Albert Lee has these 2 pass pawns connected, and he's pushing them. Albert Lee is in kindergarten. Albert L 2020. Facing the champ, Super Chester. And this might get to a situation where it's going to be a Zugzwang situation. I think she probably should play. Well, it's going to be tough here. So I think the next moves are going to be moves like Queen A8. And then now it's like, where is white going to go? Because after Queen A1, you have B2. Queen takes B2, and then another queen comes on the board. So this is going to be tough. And also, Albert L 2020 has 9 minutes, and Super Chester is 1 minute and 54 seconds. And there it goes, Queen A8, threatening Queen, the Queen to pawn on A1. All right, guys. Every Sunday we have these tournaments 12 p.m. every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time, guys. For everyone that's in California, Cali, and down south, times are a little bit different, but Eastern time, 12 p.m. every Sunday. You can register for those tournaments, or also sign up to be an Implodian if you want your kid to use the system that we use, because this is an Implodians Presents tournament. And what an Implodian is a kid that uses imbalances to play chess, as we just see Albert L 2020 Queen the pawn against Super Chester, our champion. If you want to sign up for those lessons or those tournaments, go to MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc, MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc. Shout out to our sponsor, Wonderful Clothing Line, created by a University of Michigan fashion and design student. You can check out that clothing. Got really nice hoodies and great artwork on the t-shirts at bcwarts.com, bcwarts.com. I am Coach Brian, and this is the World Junior Online. We are watching Super Chester versus Albert L 2020. And Super Chester is just not having the best tournament today. Shout out to everybody that's watching the World Junior Online on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. What's going on? Drop a chat, subscribe, like the video, or dislike the video. Just let me know. No, don't do that. Like the video. We're watching the World Junior Online. This is juniors, kids, man. The kids. It's for the kids. K to 12. And we're watching Super Chester, our 3-time defending champ, face kindergartner Albert L 2020, and Super Chester is having a big problem here, as you can see. One thing I want to know from you guys, did anyone get a chance to watch? I know for the kids, they didn't watch the Queen's Gambit. It's a little bit too adulty for them to watch that, but they did have good moments. But for all the adults out there, did you check out Queen's Gambit movie or series about chess? One of the best series that I've ever seen. Because my previous favorite movie is Searching for Bobby Fischer. I love Searching for Bobby Fischer, and all kids should watch this. So parents, if you're out there, and especially children, everyone, is mandatory for you guys to watch Searching for Bobby Fischer. As we have one game left. This is Leon 1357. What is going on here? How did this happen? Leon 1357 was completely winning. And actually, that was a draw there anyway, guys. And I don't have time to show you guys, but even if black gave up the pawn on a5, it was a draw as long as black goes to the corner. The main reason for this is that white can never check black's king out of the corner because white has a dark square bishop, and of course the kings can never touch. So this is a draw here, a strong draw for Strange Bolt against Leon 1357, and that is, I would consider that a pretty big upset, even though Leon 1357 didn't play that well, but Strange Bolt played pretty decent in this game, I must say. And this game is just a draw here. Okay, Strange Bolt, they are okay. I'm sorry. Let's fast forward through this because it's just a draw. This is just a draw here. And Strange Bolt has only one move to make, or actually he can make any of those moves, and then after the pawn is taken there, oh, Leon does not take the pawn, but I guess Strange Bolt could queen here, and then that will force the draw or a loss if Leon doesn't take the queen. So queen a8 and king takes a8 should be a draw. Come on, Leon, let's go get a sandwich, man. Let's go. Shout out to all the parents that sign the kids up for these events. We really appreciate you at Implodians Presents. We have a new slate of tournaments in March, of course, every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. But we also have the World Chess Online Championship open to everyone. That tournament, you receive a championship belt. Okay, that game is a draw. So let's go to the standings. Let me refresh. World Junior Online round 2 is currently over. Cricket 7890 and SME8N are tied undefeated at 2 points each. We got Sindhu, then Sindhu S, Parth M, Albert L 2020 Strange Boat, Leon 1357, and our champion Super Chester coming up on the rear, in the rear there. Surprisingly, everybody can have a bad tournament. But that concludes our second round. We will be back for the third round in about 12 minutes. I'll see you guys soon. Yo, 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 we are back. The World Junior Online, sponsored by Wonderful Clothing Line. You can get the Wonderful Clothing Line with the brand new logos. Check it out at bcwarts.com, bcwarts.com, bcwarts.com. If you want to sign up for our future tournaments, we have a whole March slate of tournaments. And if you want your kid to become an Implodian and learn our secret system, go to MichiganJuniorChessArena.com MichiganJuniorChessArena.com to inquire about lessons in the tournament. You can register also at onlineregistration.cc, MichiganJuniorChessArena.com, or onlineregistration.cc. Let's get into the games. Our two leaders in this 4-round tournament here on Sunday is SME8N and Cricket 7890, and the marquee matchup is happening right now. We have opposite side castling here, and the usual plan when you have opposite side castling is make the other person's king as quickly as possible. That is the plan. And usually you do that by opening up lines with pawn storms, as we see. We see Cricket actually 7890, Cricket 7890 throwing the H5 pawn now. So he wants to play F6 and G5 and G4 and open up some of those lines. Well, White, on the other hand, the problem with White's position is that since this knight is on C3, it kind of stunts the pawn storm that should be coming. These are called pawn storms. But White can play the move knight to B5, hitting the queen, and then behind that play C4 or A4, start marching those pawns down that way. Now, what White did here also is this doesn't help White here, this H3 move. Because the one thing you don't want to do is move pawns in front of your king if you do not have to. So what that does here, that gives a hook. So now when Black plays, gets a chance to play G5 and then G4, the position will be open. There will be an open file because the pawn will fork the pawn on H3 and the knight on F3. So you move the knight, we take the pawn. And so there will be a open file because of this big mistake, H3. But right now, Black actually did the same thing by playing A6. So both players are doing what you do not want to do when you're doing a mutual kingside pawn storm. You do not want to move pawns where your king is because all that does is help the process. As we see the move knight to H4, White is playing on the wrong side of the board. He should have been playing on this side of the board, whether it's a pawn sacrifice here or A3, B4, B5, opening up lines here. So if anything, both these players have to, I would suggest to look up videos, maybe YouTube videos on opposite side castling and what the plan should be. I am the coach of the Implodians chess group or chess team or chess, whatever you call us. We're just a bunch of kids. It's just a bunch of kids that use a system of imbalances. So we play chess by using imbalances on the board. So whatever the board looks like, we play chess according to those plans. So if it's opposite side castling, we just use the opposite side castling plan to continue our game. Here we see a sacrifice by Cricket, opening up the position by sacrificing a piece for a pawn. Now that's a little too optimistic here, but I do like the fact that Black is being very aggressive, understanding that time is important when you're attacking the other person's king. I just don't believe he had to do it that quickly. Now there is, after this move queen to E5, we have this move knight to G6. And that forks the rook and the queen here. So I wonder if he's going to see this knight to G6 here. Yep, he does. And that's going to win even more material for SME8N. Already up a bishop for a pawn because of a sacrifice. Now there's going to be at least an exchange here, knight for a rook. But can the knight actually steal the rook and come back out? That's possible. It's not a guarantee that black is going to be able to stop the knight from leaving h8. So I'm going to expect queen to f5, knight takes h8, and maybe queen takes h3. All right, let's go to another game while they think about this one. Let's go to another one here. And let's check out our defending champion who has been struggling in these games here. What's happening here? So in this game, so just a blunder of a knight here on d4 after bishop d3. So Leon 1357 blunders the knight here. And then there's queen takes d5 play there. And Leon 1357 is now it's 2 pawns for the piece at this point. He blundered a piece, but he still has 2 pawns for the piece, so it's not over. Super Chester probably will look to castle to the queen side. There's a backwards pawn here on the a file, so maybe she will look to play this. She could play queen to c6-2, aiming at the rook in the corner there. Shout out to everybody. Oh, I see that Leon 1357 said there was a mouse slip here. You won't mouse slip if you drag and drop. So I don't believe you guys. If you are pointing and click and you do mouse slip, I don't believe you. So guys, if you have a mouse slip problem, do not do drag and drop. Do point and click. It's 15 minutes with 5-second increment. You have enough time just to point at one square and click that square. That saves you from mouse slips. Wow, so that wasn't even necessary for Super Chester. So what happened is Super Chester plays Queen e7, and then there's check here, and then Super Chester moves out of the way when could have played Queen to d7. And now we see the move queen to d3. So here, Super Chester is up a knight for 2 pawns. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on this stream here. Now look at that move. That move was a killer move there. That's a knockout blow here. Because now there is the move knight to g2. And that's going to win the queen. So what Leon really messed it up by allowing this check here and going to d3. Instead of just castling, he could have castled or played bishop e3. But instead he allows this check because Leon just moved too fast there. Not thinking about the simple things of are there any checks, and allowed that. And this is just a completely winning game here for Super Chester. Let's go to another game. Back to our top game here. Cricket 789 versus SME8N. We see SME8 has an extra piece. This is the knight on c3. He has 2 nice bishops. I like how he has his bishop on f3 covering the weaknesses around his king a little bit. As we see queen to g6, instead of the move rook takes h3 would have been better. Now, maybe his plan is after bishop g2 he'll play rook takes here. But now I believe that he can play the move king h2. I guess there is queen to d6 check. And then maybe king g2. I'm not sure what's going on here. Don't want to play king h1 because a rook takes h3 and that's game over. Bishop takes g2, then there's rook takes h3 as well. I think SME8 has enough defense here. He did play bishop to g2. Rook takes h3 is a threat. f4 also is a threat. So instead he goes knight to f6. I don't know where he's aiming to go with this knight here. Let's go to another game here. We'll come back to this one. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat watching this on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This is the World Junior Online weekly tournament. Let's go to Strange Bolt here. Oh, Strange Bolt. Game is already done. Strange Bolt wins this game here. See what happened here. Oh, Strange. He traps the bishop on g6, wins the piece here. Ooh. Ah, wow. Wait, what happened here? He allows the knight to be taken here when he could have played maybe knight takes here. Knight takes f7, and maybe even bishop takes h6 as a sacrifice. Oh, but Sindhu just the sacrifices pieces of his own, and then look at this knight that's hanging. Bishop takes would be the move. He takes with the queen. I like how he didn't immediately take this rook either. All right, and Strange Belt, who actually was black. I actually thought White was completely winning that game. Strange Belt was black there and wins that game. So very interesting game there by Strange Bolt, third grader. Let's look at the kindergartner who beat Super Chester in the last round. Albert L 2020 in kindergarten here, up a piece already and a pawn. So you had a bishop and a pawn extra. 3 pass pawns for Albert L. Completely winning this game. The only positive thing that Parth M has is an active king here. But he does have a pass pawn too, so it's going to require some accuracy from Albert L to convert this, but it shouldn't be a big problem as long as he is patient. And right now they have plenty of time left, 10 minutes and 11. And they played 47 moves with this much time. That means they were not patient. There's no way you should play 47 moves and have 10 minutes out of 15 minutes left. So both of these kids are playing pretty fast. Pretty fast. All right, let's go back to our... oh, this game is done here. So we have 2 games left. And let's go back to our marquee game here, SME8. These are the 2 leaders. They're undefeated with 2 wins each. Check out what Cricket is doing. He put double rooks on the open file. And White is defending pretty well. Remember, White has an extra piece. So now we see the move. Wow, he goes all the way, bishop to h2. And maybe now black probably... Oh, black cannot play knight to d4, I don't think, because of the move queen takes b7 check. Can he get away with that? I am not sure, but I would not do this as black. Are there any sacrifices here? I'm wondering. So knight takes here. Maybe not. I'm thinking maybe there could be, we can just, if black can figure out a way to distract him from this file. So like if we played this here, there'd be double pawn, and how would he take with the knight? Probably. So that's not quite possible there. But I'm wondering, he might be able to hold the position a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, maybe knight to d8, trying to bring the knight to the king side. But problem with knight d8 is that white will play knight to d5, threatening to fork on e7. So this is just a complicated position for Cricket 7890. He has I mean, he's down a piece, but he has a lot of pressure on the open file. But white is doing a good job of defending that king side. Th Thank you everybody who's watching our live stream. This is the World Junior Online. We got the children playing here. We got a couple kids from Michigan for sure. If you like the stream, just go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel and drop us a chat. As we're watching Cricket 7890 versus SME8N, what do you guys think out there? What is the move here for Cricket 7890? Because it seems like he has a really good attack, but it's hard to find a move now. It's hard to find a move. I'm wondering if you can play something like King D8. Wow, he goes King to B8. Now you really can't move this knight on C6. But maybe that's Cricket saying, hey, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to move my king over, and I don't think you have a move either as white. But I actually think white does have a pretty decent move. For instance, yeah, knight to D5. That improves the knight. You can always play B4. Because remember, the knight can't really move and take this pawn. So he can play B4 and start marching the pawns down the queen side. B4 and B5, opening that position up. White has some pressure here. Shout out to our sponsor, Wonderful Clothing Line. Check out that clothing line, t-shirts, hoodies, at bcwarts.com. bcwarts.com is pretty dope. If you check that website out, this Michigan art and fashion design student who created this clothing line has an actual cartoon, an animation in the Cradle to the Grave series. It's like these skeletons that he puts in like human clothes, and you got to check it out. Has a really nice logo with a diamond heart. Check it out at bcwarts.com, bcwarts.com. And make sure you sign up for the Michigan Junior Online Tournament. Hey, adults, this is just for the kids. Make sure you sign up for these tournaments. Sign your kids up at michiganjuniorchessarena.com or onlineregistration.cc. michiganjuniorchessarena.com or onlineregistration.cc. For those of you who are watching this stream, if you go to onlineregistration.cc, you are officially an Implodian. They have a discount for you, $5 off of all our future tournaments if you register at onlineregistration.cc. And here you see what black does here. Actually plays the move e4. And I guess he figures, hey, if you go knight takes e4, I will go knight takes b4. But that looks completely insane. It's dangerous because of rook b1. As SME8 now has 6 minutes, Cricket has... he took with the queen. I don't know. That's interesting, but I guess he does want to trade the pieces. So if he can get these pieces off the board, it makes a lot of sense. He just wants to get these pieces off the board. Because he is up an extra piece. He does want to trade the pieces, so he can get these pieces off the Cricket 7890 is currently thinking, hey, should he trade? Where else could he go? I guess he can try queen g5. Or maybe even queen f6 is possible. So queen f6 could be possible, aiming at the knight on c3. Problem with queen f6 is that there is a bishop takes f2 move. I mean, bishop takes c7 move. And if taken, then the fork of knight d5 hits the king and the queen. So maybe that's not an idea that you can use. There is a queen g5, but after queen takes g5, queen takes g4, and h takes g4, and rook takes h2 is just a trade of more pieces. So black doesn't really want to trade. Now, one move I'm looking at here that could be fantastic is the move. No, I actually just don't think it actually works. Okay, so I was looking at rook takes h3, but doesn't work. Queen takes g6, and then you're gonna have rook takes h2, and then the king steps back. Not enough there. No, I actually just don't think it actually works. Okay, so I was looking at rook takes h3, but as Cricket has 52 seconds left, he did play queen f6. Ouch. Now, we talked about this before. This move from Cricket actually doesn't work. But another thing is, after bishop takes c7, black doesn't have to take the pawn on c7. Then there's also knight d5. There's a lot of moves here for SME8. And he defended his king side attack really well, and he's winning here. Shout out to everybody that's watching us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, Implodian Chess everywhere. As we're watching SME8 and Cricket 7890, both these kids are undefeated. And what happened there? So here he goes, queen takes g4, queen takes c3. And maybe the plan is to play queen to, there it goes, queen g3, threatening c7 and the queen. Excellent technique right here. Excellent technique here. Now, if queen takes b4, you're gonna have, he just trades here, so bishop takes g3. Completely winning here for white now. He has two bishops. As we see, knight to d4, threatening the c2 pawn. And actually, that's a pawn that he can take because you have the fork of bishop to e4 hitting c2. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't do that because there is a rook takes h3 check. So probably not the best thing to do. Maybe just to defend this pawn here. I don't know if you want to go rook c1 or just simply play c2 or c3, attacking the knight. But SME8N has a lot of time here. Let's check and see if there are any other games going on. Nope. This is the last game of the third round, guys. We're getting to the uh, end of this tournament. This probably is the biggest game of the tournament here. As SMU8 is thinking here, and I love the fact he's thinking here, not catching what we call the winning disease. Taking your focus when you are up a piece, you taking your focus off of the game when you're up a piece, you start to relax and be very lackadaisical. That's called the winning disease. You don't want to catch this disease. You want to keep focus at all times, because chess isn't about who has the most pieces. It's about checkmate. Chess is not like basketball, whoever scores the most baskets at the end of the game wins. Soccer, hockey, baseball, whoever has more wins. Chess is about checkmate. And so you have to have focus, even though you might have a winning position, be up some material, you have not won, and it requires focus for you to continue playing the game at a high level. And I like the fact that SMU8 is using his time right now. Cricket has 18 seconds now. It's 5-second increment in this game here. Look at the bishop takes c7 check move, winning a rook. As SMU8 is pretty much cleaning everything up, and might be looking for a staircase checkmate here soon. Oh, I thought maybe rook to d5 check. He's grabbing a queen here. That's queening with check. Maybe rook to d5. Oh, there's checkmate here, rook h2, and that game is over. So I think that will do it for the third round. We have SMU8 still leading undefeated, followed by Cricket 7890, Albert L 2020, Strange Bolt, Sindhu S, Super Chester, Parth M, and Leon 1357. We will be back in around 12 minutes. See you soon.
Mr. Wilson, I have a question. So we're allowed to talk about a game after it's over, right? Okay, good. Okay.
Off. There are no untrainable dogs, just.
What?
That was an ad.
Are you playing the piano right now?
No, it's YouTube. I do have a piano though.
Oh, God.
Do you want a different song? Because I kind of don't like this.
I have one. I have a song.
Sure.
It's piano.
Let's spend the next 5 minutes without worries.
It's called For Elise.
Oh, I love Furley.
I can play.
I remember I can play it fluently, but only if you asked 2 years ago. Now I forgot how to play the piano. I play the violin now.
I see it on YouTube.
Well, play it.
Furley's just like.
Furley's just super easy.
I know it is super easy.
I can still play it if you ask me to do so. You know, you could go to online piano and then just use those piano keys.
Is this what it sounds like?
No.
It literally says For Elise. No, it's a different one, but the same piano. Oops.
Wait,
I'm gonna put.
You can hear the echo on Brian's stream.
Wait.
For Elise piano.
Drew.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah. What song you want to put?
Wait, look.
For Elise.
No, don't do that one. Do the one I said.
Okay.
I asked him to do the cringiest song he could find. I want to see what the cringiest song you can find is.
All right, we are back. That's right. I am Coach Brian. This is the World Junior Online Tournament sponsored by the wonderful clothing line. Check that out at bcwarts.com, bcwarts.com. And if you want to register your kids or you are a kid for our future tournaments, MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc, MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc. Let's get into the games. This is the last round. This is the popcorn round. Whoever is able to perform in the last round with all the pressure, which one of these kids will rise to the top? SME8 Ian is undefeated. Can he stay undefeated and become the World Junior Online number 12 champion? Let's get to the game now. He's playing the Albert L 2020, who's currently in second place. As you see, Albert L is using the typical Italian game, bringing the knight to g3. Albert L definitely knows what he's doing in this opening. But the key for Albert is, can he use his time? Albert L is only in kindergarten playing like this. Future star in the making, playing for the World Junior Online Championship right now. Sorry guys, I did not bring up the game. Here it goes, right here. Albert L, as SME8N is thinking in this position. We see it's an Italian game. That's the name of this opening here. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Implodian chess on all platforms. As we see, Bishop takes knight on f3. Now this move by Albert L shows that he puts his knight on f5 here. Really nice move here. It shows how good Albert L plays this line, the Italian game. Establishing his knight on f5 is almost always a good move. You can't play g6 because of knight takes h6. So it's almost like the knight is on an outpost because of this. And I would say white is completely better in this position, if not even winning. Now I'm wondering if there's even a sacrifice available here. It was a sacrifice. He could have played knight takes h6, and that would have been a really good move here. Now, after g6, that's a quick move by SME8, and then you're going to have the move. Wait, you have bishop takes h6 as well. This is a lot here for white. You got knight takes h6 is possible. Knight takes h6 is possible here, guys. But he goes bishop takes h6 because if g takes, then there's a checkmate. Queen g7 checkmate. Now there is could be a rook to g8 here, which happened. And then maybe the move queen to h4. That's possible because after queen h4, if g takes f5, you have bishop to f8 check, knight h5, queen takes h5 checkmate. So this is winning here, I believe, for white. And that would be a big upset there because SME8 is undefeated here, and Albert, I believe, has let me see, what does Albert have? I think he has 2 points, 2 wins so far. And also Albert, first round defeated our 3-time champion, Super Chester. So here he plays queen to g4, rook g8, knight h5. He doesn't actually have to move his knight here. And he says, hey, if you take my knight, I'm going to take your knight on h5. We could go back to f6. That's possible. This does not look good. This is definitely not a good look for white here. I'm sorry, for black. 2 nice bishops here. Knight on f5. I'm wondering if he can move this knight away now and play something like knight f4. Even I'm looking at knight to g3, because if he plays knight takes g3, I guess we have queen takes queen, and then you win the bishop at the end. So yeah, knight g3 might be something too, because you're attacking the knight twice here on f5. Knight g3, if f takes g3 can't happen. He plays d5 here, responding with an attack in the center. Problem is, why can't white just take on d5 with the bishop? That just gives up a free piece there. So that didn't make any sense to me at all. Oh, and then knight e7. Bishop takes f7. Forks both rooks. Albert L. Kindergarten. Now, in kindergarten. I wonder if white will play. Oh, wow. He takes the knight, but then there's queen takes h5, and that should be a knockout blow after queen takes h5. Now there's a discovery here. This looked completely lost for SME8, and this will be a big upset here. As SME8 is thinking here, this is pretty much over here. We'll come back to this game, but I think this game is pretty much over. The king has nowhere to go. No squares there. It's SME8's turn. A simple discovery check is coming. I don't see anything black can do to get out of this. All right, let's go to some other games here. We have Parth M versus Cricket 7890. Looks like Cricket is winning this game, has 3 extra pawns here. 2 of them are passed. The king, black's king is very bad. Because rook is stuck in the corner. Look like a position where black did not castle. And look at black's pieces. But black does have some menacing knights here. So it looks like he forgoed castling to get some type of attack here on white's king. But it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Let's go to another game here. We got Strange Boat versus Super Chester here. Take a look at this. Super Chester is down to 6 minutes. She is up a pawn, or a piece, actually. She just trades here. Of course, she's up a piece. That's a good move. And then we see the move knight to f5, probably threatening knight takes h6 or even knight takes g7. So have to be very careful here. Very careful here. This is the popcorn round, guys. Last round of the World Junior Online. Some of these kids will be masters and above. As we are watching Super Chester versus... Oh, so Queen B6. And then Queen G4 was played here. Uh-oh. That doesn't look like a good move there. Oh, and he moves his king to the same file as the rook. Can't take here because the queen takes g7. Oh, there's a check there. Queen g6 is played. Oh. And then check. And this is completely winning for Super Chester. Our champion has won 3 times in a row. Won't win the championship this time. She's had a great run and looks like she's finishing her tournament strong. Back to our marquee matchup here. Oh, I'm sorry. Our marquee matchup is actually done. And so Albert L 2020 wins that. Now, we don't know if Albert L 2020 is a tie. So the tie breaks are not determined by Lichess. It's determined by USCF, which is United States Chess Federation, because this is a USCF online rated tournament. And so we don't know who will be first place there just yet. We have one game left. This is Cricket 789 versus Parth M. Queen G4, I will say this. Parth M is trying his best. He wants to get into this king position as bad as he can, but White gives up the exchange here. It is possible to get this rook in the game via h6. And bringing that rook to maybe like f6 here. Because this knight is way better, more valuable than this rook at this moment. So moves like rook h6 and rook f6. And maybe the sacrifice, because the knight is the one thing that's stopping. He does play rook h6. Wow. Cricket 7890. Wow, he has 5 minutes to Parth M's 9 minutes. We see rook g2. Uh-oh. He did play rook to f6. I have to give this youngster credit for a rook. That was a terrific move by Parth M. I think this kid is in like 1st grade or 2nd grade or something. That was an impressive move, rook h6 here. Now the one problem is, how does he finish the attack off? Oh wow. So here black can take, oh I'm sorry, cannot take that rook. I'm so sorry about that. Can't take the rook there. And there is a problem here for Parth M. There is a battery on the f7 pawn. That's a problem. Ah, he does do that. But I wonder what's his plan though. So after queen takes f7 check, white has to actually watch it because I don't know if he can actually take the rook here. So queen takes f7, king h8, king h7. If queen takes e8, you have queen h3 check, game over. So that would be game over. So white can't get too greedy and start taking material here. Cricket 789 sees that there could be a problem here too, as he's using his time. Oh, shout out to you, Sasriya Mishra. Hey, of course I encourage you, one of the greatest players to play in the World Junior Online, the champ. Everybody that's watching us here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, it's Implodian Chess everywhere. Come on, man. Leon, this music doesn't sound Chinese. Of course, I don't know what Chinese music sounds like. But this is the Wild Wild West music. Thanks for the subscription, Super Chester. Great player. As we were watching the last game, Parth M. Now, Parth M made a big giant mistake and went King H8, allowing queen takes e8 check. That's the difference, guys. Taking it with check, King h7 wouldn't have allowed the check. And this should be it here now, because you're forced to go King g6 or King h6 and then to move Queen e6. Instead played, wow, what's going on here? You got Bishop check here. Okay. Now King e4. You can go Queen f4 check, or maybe even Bishop to d5 check. Now you have to go King d4 or King takes. I guess that was possible too. King takes there. And this is completely winning for Cricket 789 here. A great plan for Parth M. Great game. But this is going to be a winning game here. And there goes. It's over. So Cricket pulls it out against Parth M there. We're going to refresh here. And that is it, guys. Tied for first. We don't know who is the champion yet until we get into our USCF tie breaks. SME 8N versus Albert L 2020. Cricket comes up with 3 points as well. So it's possible Cricket can be the champion. 1, 2, and 3. So then we have Super Chester, Strange Boat, Leon 1357, Sindhu S, and Parth M. Great games for you guys. Some of you guys are like kindergarten level and already playing at a 1,000 level. I really love to see that. But that's going to conclude our tournament today. The World Junior Online, number 12. Thank you for following us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Also, shout out to our sponsor, Wonderful Clothing Line. You can go to bcwarts.com, get a hoodie, get one of those t-shirts created by a University of Michigan Fashion and Art Design School. Pretty dope clothing there. Also, if you want to register for future tournaments, go to MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc. MichiganJuniorChessArena.com or onlineregistration.cc. And if you want to become an Implodian yourself, you want to learn our secret system, our secret sauce that we put on the chess food, you can register for those lessons at MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. And I am Coach Brian, Implodian